The galaxy is old. Its empires are powerful.
These clowns think they can flank us.
Humanity stands. These are the Empyrean Chronicles.
The flank is covered. This strategy ensures minimal losses.
We poisoned ourselves and liked it. Ambassador Vera of the Coalition of Pristine Worlds adjusted her breathing mask for the third time, her tentacles twitching with unease. The human delegation had insisted on meeting in the Earth wing of the neutral station, a sealed habitat mimicking their homeworld's conditions. "To make you feel welcome," the human attaché had said with that flat-toothed grin. Vera's people, the serene Thalaxians, evolved on a gentle world of filtered air and balanced ecosystems. Oxygen was a poison to them in high concentrations. Their metabolism preferred a precise nitrogen-methane blend. Most coalition species were the same, fragile, elegant beings from stable garden worlds. They had conquered the stars through harmony and precision, not brute survival. Yet here stood the humans, barefaced, smiling. The airlock hissed open. Vera stepped through with her aides and immediately regretted it. The atmosphere hit like a chemical barrage. High oxygen, far too high, burned at the edges of her gill slits even through the mask. Trace particulates danced in the filtered light. Pollen analogs, volatile organic compounds, and something alive. Billions of microscopic entities floating freely. Earth's microbiome, the humans called it. To Vera, it was an airborne plague waiting to colonize her lungs. A human stepped forward, extending a hand. Captain Elena Ramirez, lead diplomat for Sol. She wore no mask. Her skin was flushed pink from the warmth. Earth normal was a sweltering 22 degrees Celsius, with humidity that made Vera's scales itch. "Welcome to our little slice of home," Ramirez said cheerfully. "Coffee?" Vera's translator glitched for a moment on the word. Coffee. The chemical readout on her wrist pad screamed warnings. Caffeine, a potent neurostimulant. On Thalax Prime, it would cause immediate neural shutdown in most species. Here, the human was offering it like a greeting beverage. One of Vera's aides, sub-envoy Clicks, made a polite clicking sound. "We appreciate the gesture, but our physiologies..." Ramirez waved it off. "We know. We brought synth versions tuned to your biochem. But if you ever want the real stuff..." She took a sip from her own mug, inhaling deeply with evident pleasure. Ah, nothing like it after a long shift. The humans had done this on purpose, Vera realized. Not malice, curiosity, and that maddening human hospitality. They wanted the Coalition to understand them on their terms, to see why a Deathworld species had clawed its way into the galactic stage despite every disadvantage. The meeting began in the observation lounge. Through reinforced viewports, the humans had projected holographic footage of Earth, vast oceans churning with storms, continents scarred by volcanoes and earthquakes, forests teeming with predators that could swallow a Thalaxian whole. Background radiation levels that would sterilize a Coalition nursery in days. Yet humans thrived there, multiplied, built cities on fault lines and beaches that regularly flooded. Vera cleared her throat metaphorically. Her species did not have one. "Captain, your world is remarkable. Classified as a Class 9 death world by every survey drone we have sent. How do your people survive the constant stressors?" Ramirez leaned back, crossing her legs. "We adapted. Oxygen? We breathe it. It's corrosive as hell, rusts metal, fuels fires, but our cells use it to burn fuel. Without it, we'd suffocate. The microbiome, billions of bacteria in our guts, on our skin, in the air. They help us digest food, fight invaders. Sure, some are pathogenic, but we've got immune systems that make your average soldier look lazy. Clicks shifted uncomfortably. Pathogenic. You mean disease-causing organisms live symbiotically with you? Some do. Another human, Dr. Patel from the xenobiology team, chimed in. He was eating something red and glistening from a small container. Take this. Tomato-based sauce with capsaicin. The compound triggers pain receptors in most species. It's a plant defense mechanism, literally a toxin to deter herbivores. We evolved to enjoy the burn. Adds flavor. We call it spicy. He offered the container. Vera's sensors lit up red. Neurotoxin, class 2 irritant. 1 drop would blister a Thalaxian's feeding orifice. Ramirez grinned wider. We poison ourselves for fun. Hot sauce challenges. Ghost peppers that'd hospitalize half the galaxy. And that's before we get to alcohol. The word hung in the air like a threat. Ethanol, Patel explained helpfully. A metabolic byproduct that disrupts neural membranes in most carbon-based life. Depresses the central nervous system, causes organ damage over time. Humans ferment sugars to produce it deliberately. We drink it in social rituals. Some of us even enjoy the taste of the stronger variants, whiskey, vodka, that would blind or kill other species outright. Vera felt her aides edging toward the airlock. This was not diplomacy. This was a horror exhibit. But why? She asked, voice tight. Your species could have engineered safer environments centuries ago. Terraforming, genetic editing. We did some of that, Ramirez said. But we like the edge. Earth's conditions made us tough. Persistent predators, they call us. We chase prey until it drops from exhaustion because we sweat and regulate heat better than most. We survive radiation that fries your delicate DNA. Our planet's magnetic field is strong, sure, but we still get cosmic rays cooking us from space, and we built right under them. She took another sip of coffee. The galaxy sees a death world. We see home. We poisoned the air with our own industry once. Carbon dioxide, methane, particulates, and nearly cooked ourselves. Then we fixed it, mostly, while arguing the whole time. Stubbornness is our real superpower. The meeting shifted when the alert came. A coalition transport vessel, Harmony's Reach, had suffered a catastrophic life support failure in the adjacent docking bay. An unknown microbial bloom, likely introduced during resupply from a dozen worlds, had contaminated the atmospheric processors. The crew, a mix of delicate species, was suffocating. Standard decontamination protocols were failing. The invaders were too aggressive, too adaptable. Quarantine the bay, Vera ordered, panic rising. Evacuate. Wait, Ramirez interrupted, already moving. How bad is the bloom? Class 4 invasive, a Station A, I reported. Oxygen-breathing contaminants thriving in the mix, crews collapsing. The humans exchanged glances. Not fear, calculation. Dr. Patel spoke first. We can help. Our microbiome is battle-hardened. Probiotics, competitive exclusion, fight fire with fire, or bacteria with bacteria. Vera stared. You want to introduce more alien microbes into a failing system? That's madness. Ramirez was already shrugging on an envirosuit, light, flexible, nothing like the armored hazmat shells the Coalition used. Madness is watching people die when you've got a tool that works. Earth's full of extremophiles. Bacteria that eat toxins, survive radiation, outcompete invaders. We've been brewing our own defenses for millennia. Beer, yogurt, kimchi, fermented stuff loaded with live cultures that keep us healthy. Within minutes, a human team was moving. They carried sealed crates from their habitat, cultures of beneficial bacteria, enzymes, even small samples of soil from controlled earth gardens. Vera watched in frozen horror as they jury-rigged injectors into the Harmony's Reach venting ports. You're introducing your poisoned ecosystem into ours, she whispered. Ramirez's voice crackled over comms. Not poisoned, seasoned. Watch. The bloom fought back at first. Alarms blared as oxygen levels fluctuated wildly. But the human microbes, ruthless, opportunistic, evolved in a world of constant war, began to dominate. They consumed the invaders' byproducts, outbred them in the nutrient-rich processors, and stabilized the mix. Within hours, the crew was stabilizing, gasping but alive. One rescued Thalaxian engineer, still trembling, stared at the human who had carried him to safety. "You breathe this every day?" "Yep," the human said, wiping sweat from his brow. The station's air recyclers were now pumping a faint earth tang, slightly metallic, alive. "And we complain when the air's too clean. Makes us feel like we're in a hospital." Back in the observation lounge, the mood had shifted from terror to uneasy awe. Vera removed her mask experimentally for a few seconds. The air tasted wrong, sharp, invigorating in a terrifying way. Her aides watched like she had lost her mind. "You survived a crisis that would have required full orbital sterilization on any coalition world," she said slowly. "With food cultures." Ramirez laughed. "We poisoned ourselves for thousands of years, lead in pipes, radiation from bombs, microplastics, you name it, and learned to like the taste of resilience. Capsaicin burns. We chase hotter. Alcohol. We toast with it. Caffeine keeps us going when logic says stop. Our planet tried to kill us with ice ages, asteroids, plagues. We turned around and made hot wings out of the experience." She gestured to the viewport, where Earth hung in the distance in the hollow display, blue, green, swirling with white clouds that hid hurricanes and wildfires. The galaxy built pristine worlds. We built one where everything wants to eat you or poison you. And we said, challenge accepted. Then we left and brought the attitude with us. Clicks, still pale, asked the question everyone was thinking. And if the bloom had been worse? If your microbes had turned on the system? Dr. Patel shrugged, popping another spicy snack. Then we'd improvise. Duct tape, prayers, and more coffee. Humans don't quit when it's toxic. We just up the dosage and call it training. Vera looked at the humans, laughing, already planning a welcome feast with controlled doses of their poisons for any brave enough to try. She thought of her own people's careful, sterile gardens. Safe, predictable, fragile. For the first time, she wondered if the coalition had it backward. Maybe the Deathworld was not the horror. Maybe the horror was how much the Deathworlders enjoyed it. As the meeting adjourned, Ramirez clapped Vera gently on a tentacle. "Next time, try the mild salsa. Builds character." Vera's translator offered no equivalent for the feeling rising in her core. It was equal parts dread and the tiniest spark of envy. Humanity had not just survived their poisoned world. They had fallen in love with it. And now the galaxy would have to learn to handle the aftertaste.
If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more tales of humanity rising among the stars, please like, comment, and subscribe. New stories are released regularly here on Empyrean Chronicles.